What's up, everyone? It's time once again for a weekly watch list. I'm going to give you all my levels, my zones I'm watching, kind of give you the game plan for the upcoming week. But before we get started, be sure you subscribe to my channel, click that thumbs up button, and click that bell icon so you do not miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Let's get right into this. This is my favorite, a lot of people in Team Bull's favorite, SPY. Now, I do have a couple different scenarios here for you all going into the week watching SPY, but I will point out, I think our supply is going to be around this 400, 402 area. Demand should be down here around this 393, 395 area for those that trade supply and demand. That being said, as far as exact bounces or rejects, for me, I would like to take a reject up here around this 401 for a day trade. It looks decent. We do have room up to 402 if we break above that, so I may leave room to add. It may possibly be how I handle that. We'll see how it looks when we get up there. And bounce areas, I still like this 393.6 as a support. I know we hit it once there, but if we can pull back, I may try a small bounce there. If I see a huge increase in selling volume right at that level, chances are I'm not going to try to bounce it, because if we do fail that, the next solid support I see is at this 390 area, and this is a big support. I found this one on the weekly, so the higher time frame, the more significant the level. So if we did have weakness, that would be an area I was definitely watching. You know, if we just blew right through at 393.6. People ask me, like, what confirmed your trade? What do you want to see? The two main things I watch is price action and volume. If you can learn to read them to use them together, and if you can learn to watch SPX while trading SPY, that's going to add to your probability if you can identify where them key levels are, which I'm going to provide for you here shortly. And I like to trade at the money strikes. So what that means is, if I'm looking to take a bounce at 393.6 and we push down there, so when we take a bounce, we mean we want to make money on the way up, right? We want to get call options. So I would go with the closest strike. I would go with the 394 calls. If the current price of SPY is 393.6, I'm going to purchase the 394 call options. That's going to give me a real nice delta, so I'm going to get a good return on my money. SPY has good liquidity regardless, but it typically right at the money has better liquidity on some things. But 394, 395 would be the furthest I would be willing to go out there. So keep it within 1-2, strikes. You want your delta to be, if I had to put a number on it, I would say 30 plus. We can be picky. That's our right as day traders. We can be picky as we want. Now, here are my levels on SPX. These are just basic support and resistance. These areas should be in play this week unless we just have some kind of crazy movement when the market opens. 3905 is a big support that I really, really like. I don't know if we will see it, but if we do, I'll definitely be looking for a bounce down there here around the area. I would love if it lined up with one of my SPY levels when we hit that. We'll just have to see where we're at. I know I say this, I want to continue for those that are new. If I'm trading SPY, I'm watching SPX, right? So if I'm getting ready to go long in SPY with call options, so I'm getting ready to buy call options, I'm going to look over SPX. I'm going to say, okay, where are we? Is there a big resistance right above where I'm about to go long on SPY? And if there is, I'm not taking that trade, because chances are we're going to reject there. Even if I don't see it on SPY, if SPX confirms a resistance right above the long level I have on SPY, I do not take it. You have to have room on SPX for your moves on SPY. That's one thing you need to make sure of. If I'm looking to take a short on SPY, I'm not going to go short right at a big support on SPX. It just wouldn't make sense. Ideally you want to take puts at resistance and calls at support, right? I mean, that would be what the textbook would tell you. That's not always how it works out, but that's the general ideal. Just keep that in mind. This one's for all my futures traders out there. I love trading futures as well. I'm going to be watching the 3908 for a possible bounce area. Super simple. Please manage your risk according to, your risk tolerance. One thing I found with futures, people's strategies are a lot different than mine. It seems like everyone I meet has a little different strategy, which is interesting. And I'm watching this 4056 for a possible reject. These are just simple support and resistance as areas I've been watching. We'll see how we look once we get up there. Again, even when I'm trading futures, I'm watching SPY and SPX. If you're trading ES, they kind of work together. Something to keep in mind. I tend to keep all these up, the entire time I'm trading, whether I'm trading options or futures. Now, the only individual stock I'm watching, and this may be more of like a low-key trade I keep personal, I just want to point this out for you all. Walmart, ticker WMT, has a clear supply and demand here on the daily. Do with this what you will. If you know how to trade supply and demand, it really looks good. We're just trading. As you can see here, we got supply. We're just trading in this range here. I'll be looking for entry based off supply and demand. And that's all I have for this video. I appreciate you all for watching. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to myself or Medman. I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.